I feel like there's always something about a woman who looks effortlessly put together. Not loud, not overdone, just refined, clean hair, like fresh skin, clothes that actually fall right, energy that's soft but certain, and you're like, you can't put a finger on it, but you know she does take care of herself. And the truth is that you can be that woman too. It's not about perfection, it's about intention, tiny choices that stack into presence. And today I'm sharing more of those. You guys loved part 1 so much, and honestly, same, but since then I've learned a few more new techniques, new tricks, added some new rituals, and found some weirdly underrated habits that make me feel even more polished and confident. So you already know I had to come back with a part 2 of how to always look effortlessly put together. And this time we're going even more deeper into more details. I'm talking about details that people don't usually notice on purpose, but they feel it. That she's clean, she's glowing, she's got her life together energy, and we're locking into that today. So let's get into it. Okay, if you constantly feel like your outfits are either like too much or too boring, this is your new holy grail, the 2:1 formula, which is 2 basics and 1 statement piece. And that can be like, think of it like 1 tank top, which is your basic piece, 1 straight leg jeans blue, which is your basic, and then you add a pop of red ballet flats or like silver shoulder bag. That is your statement piece. It's like a sweet spot between I didn't try and I tried way too hard. But here's why this actually works psychologically. So in the book The Psychology of Fashion, she explains how our brains naturally look for visual balance and harmony. So we subconsciously seek a kind of style symmetry. When your outfit has a calm base, which are the 2 basics, and a focal point, which is your statement, it gives the brain something to focus on without overwhelming the outfit in itself. It says like, I've thought about this, but I'm not screaming for attention kind of vibe, if you understand. And this also helps you build a personal brand through style, because you'll naturally start repeating those statement pieces of yours and start collecting them for your wardrobe. Your favorite statement piece could be your favorite pair of sunglasses, your favorite pair of your bag, or your favorite pair of shoes. Absolutely anything that makes a statement in your outfit. Maybe your thing is bold earrings, or like cool sneakers if you're a sneakerhead, or like silk scarves. Whatever it is, based on where you're living, people start associating that detail with you. And I feel like that's when your outfit starts looking effortlessly put together without you even trying. Number 2 is to invest in 2 or 3 pair of sunglasses that actually suit you. I feel like people really underestimate how much a good pair of sunglasses can level up your entire look. Like, I'm not saying you need to splurge on luxury brands, you really don't, but you need a few pairs that genuinely suit your face shape and feel like you. I can't tell you how many people I see, and I feel like they just throw on random sunglasses that totally clash with their face shape and don't flatter their features. It's just such a quick fix, but it makes you look so effortlessly put together all the time. You can literally Google your face shape and see what frame style balances your face shape better. Like for round faces, usually they suit more angular frames, and square faces look amazing with like a round or more oval shape style. That said, if you find a pair that really doesn't technically suit your face shape, but you love them, you can still wear them with confidence. And if you feel like you're good, then that's what matters. Confidence always wins. For me personally, I love sunglasses. Like, I love everything by Miu Miu. They are my favorite pair right now. Like, everyone's on TikTok as well. And I'm obsessed with absolutely any sunglasses they make. And I also have some random no brand local gems that I feel like really look good on me. It's not about the name, it's about the attitude that sunglasses give you. And honestly, on days when I've had so much sodium or I've barely slept and my face is giving like a puffball face, I just throw on a chic pair of sunnies and I feel like I'm a model of beauty. Like, I genuinely feel like I'm Bella Hadid walking out instantly. Also, can we talk about the combination of gold detailed sunglasses plus gold hoops? It's so simple, but I feel like it makes you look like you walked off a yacht in Italy. Just trust me, you look expensively effortless. I love, like, if I have like silver detailing on my sunglasses, I will pair that with silver jewelry, and if I have gold, I'll do the other way. And a couple of solid pairs of sunglasses for me is a non-negotiable, whether I'm running errands or I'm heading to a brunch. That I feel like pull off my whole outfit together and make me feel more like that girl even when I'm low-key running on 3 brain cells and iced coffee. Number 3 is to iron all your clothes the night before. Please don't forget to iron your clothes. I know this sounds boring, but ironing or steaming your outfit the night before is one of those tiny things that 99% of people just forget to do, and it shows. Your environment is the invisible hand that shapes your behavior. If your clothes are ready, steamed and clean, you're more likely to actually wear them. You're more likely to dress well consistently. You're more likely to be more confident because you've already reduced the resistance. No decision fatigue, no digging through outfits. You wake up, boom, there's a clothing that's been ironed and steamed and you're ready to go. And it's also about how you feel. Like, you know, when you you've prepared for your day. It's like a silent pep talk for your clothes. Your future self already did the work. Now all you have to do is show up. Plus, having wrinkled clothes actually signal messiness, and polished smooth fabric instantly gives you an expensive, calm, intentional start to your day. Even if you're wearing a 20 or even if you're wearing a $10 tee, it doesn't matter. Having it wrinkle free is the way to look effortlessly put together. So stop buying new clothes, just start with using a steamer on everything that you wear. And number 4 is to find out what color suits your skin tone the best. So let's be real, not every color looks incredible on everyone. Some shades just light you up and others kind of make you look tired, flat or washed out. And with color theory and seasonal color analysis, which are getting super popular everywhere lately, I've seen it almost everywhere, everyone's doing it. It's kind of the TikTok color draping trend. Now is the perfect time to figure out what colors actually flatter your skin tone. If you feel like your wardrobe is kind of missing that pop, the quickest fix to get curious about your skin's undertone, especially around your face and your neck, that's where you mainly use the color theory. That's why color magic happens. Start by figuring out if you have lean, warm or cool tones. So for warm undertones, if gold jewelry looks better on you than silver, or if you feel like you glow in rust, mustard, peach or olive tones, you're probably a warm tone girly. Then you can think like autumn energy, earthy browns, terracotta, camel and warm creams. These shades will make your features pop without overpowering them. Or if you're a cool undertone girly, if silver jewelry suits you more, if you find yourself drawn to icy blues, pinks or jewel tones like emerald or plum, you're literally a cool toned girly. You're more likely to be a cool toned girly. These colors will add contrast and clarity to your look. True neutrals like crisp white, grey, black and soft navy usually flatter cool tones more beautifully. So understand what colors really suit your skin tone. And can we please talk about matching your makeup tones to your jewelry and how that's a game changer to look more like put together. If you find yourself more drawn to gold jewelry, go for like warm toned blushes like peach or coral ones, golden highlighters and warm nude lips. That's the best combo you can go for. If you want to go for silver or cooler toned accessories, you can go for like a rose pink blush, like dark red lipstick and champagne shimmer. Oh my god, I just love when people do their makeup according to the jewelry they're wearing that day. I feel like it just makes them look so rich and expensive. I love it. You don't have to follow all of this strictly, but when you know your best color palette and start aligning little details like this to them, you go from like a cute outfit to she looks put together and chic all the time. And then part 2 is beauty and hygiene. Now let's talk about this, because for me this category isn't about being like super glam or having everything perfect 24/7. It's about just feeling fresh, put together and just like myself. And honestly, for me, nothing sets the tone for my whole day like my hair does. Hair is my ultimate confidence booster for the day. I've said this so many times, but it's because it's true. If my hair is not doing well, I don't feel good. Even if I'm wearing the most basic outfit ever, if my hair is styled, whether it's sleek back, curled or just looks clean and tamed, I instantly feel like I'm walking into something like important. I'm gonna sign $1 million deal. I don't know. It gives me this weird boost of confidence, like, okay, I've got it together today. No matter if my outfit is bland, my hair looks good. And look, I naturally don't have like a silky, easy hair. Mine is frizzy, textured and takes effort to style. But when I do put in the effort, I carry myself completely differently and I see the difference in myself. If you're like me and love a good sleek back moment, I highly recommend getting the Bedhead Wax Stick. It's one of those products that you don't think you need until you buy it and try it. It smooths down all of the flyaways in literally 2 seconds and gives you that polished, snatched look. And I feel like it just frames my face, like gives me that fox eye lift without even having one. And it genuinely makes a very big difference. And if you've got finer hair or you just want to add length and volume, extensions will be your best friend. I personally love tape-ins and I've been using the Love Me hair ones for a while now. It's not sponsored or anything. I just genuinely like how thin their wefts are and it's quite natural to blend it in. If your natural hair isn't doing very well that day, there's no shame in adding a little length. You can curl it, you can toss it, put it over your shoulder and I promise you will feel like that girl. And then number 2 is dry brushing with castor oil. This is something I've just started. It's one of the things I haven't heard a lot of people talk about, but once you start doing it, you never go back. Dry brushing with castor oil is like a total game changer for both your skin, your energy. So here's how you do it. I basically take one soft dry brush, I pour a tiny amount of castor oil on it, not too much, a little goes a long way, and then I brush upwards towards like my heart. everywhere. Like I brush upwards basically before showering. That's it. It takes like 3 to 5 minutes max. If you want to go slow and make it a more like self-care routine, you can take 10 minutes to do it. And now why this helps? It basically helps detox your lymphatic system, which is reducing puffiness, especially in your legs and arms. It can get really like puffy because we don't really remove our lymphatic drainage there, and we do it for our face but not our arms and legs. And it also smooths and exfoliates your skin without harsh scrubs. It boosts circulation and it will give you that post-brushed glowy alive look to your skin. And castor oil is insanely nourishing. It's anti-inflammatory, it's deeply hydrating, and helps with stretch marks and uneven skin tone over time in life. So it's very beneficial for you. I love doing this when I do my everything shower, doing it on like a body level facial. You literally step into the shower already glowing and energetically. It feels like you're brushing off the day. Any stuck emotions, bloating or heaviness, it's all gone. And I know it's a very small ritual, but it genuinely makes you feel like you take care of yourself at a higher level. And that energy, it shows in the way you carry yourself. Like I oil my skin before I shower energy. That's a grown woman luxury. And then number 3 is to keep your fingernails and toenails always done up. Even if it's just clear polish, I don't care. They need to be clean and looking like they're done. Okay, so hear me out. Your hands and feet say so much about how you carry yourself. And even when you're not trying, you don't need to add gel extensions or fancy nail art unless you want to do that. But I'm not saying you need to. But keeping your nails and toenails clean, filed and lightly polished makes a way better difference than people think. Now, why is that? Because it shows you pay attention to like the small little details. It's those tiny visual cues, your well-shaped nails, moisturized cuticles, toes that don't look like they've been kicking rocks, that quietly signal that she's put together. Even if you're in slides or barefoot at a friend's place, you still look polished. And it doesn't need to be extra in any way. If you can't get them professionally done, here's a quick way to do it yourself. You can just soak your hands and feet in warm water for 5 to 10 minutes. Then you can push back your cuticles from like a wooden stick you can get on Amazon. Do it gently, don't cut them off yet. Then you can trim and file it into a simple shape that suits your fingers and toes. I personally love short, soft square if I don't get it professionally done. Then you buff the nail surface if it looks uneven. And then you apply a clear coat, a sheer nude or like a soft pink polish. Finish with cuticle oil. Don't forget to do that. Cuticle oil or balm. Even lip balm works in a pinch. Just looks so clean and polished. And please don't forget your toes, especially if you wear a lot of heels or sandals and they're showing frequently. You can match them. Matching or clean toes just complete the look. And this is something that people don't always notice out loud, but I feel like everyone feels it. It's like a small, she's detailed oriented, she moves with intention, she respects her self energy, and when you know even your toes are done, you just walk different in those heels. And then lastly, don't look around for permission. That's what throws off your energy. One of the quickest ways to not look confident, even if everything that I said is on point, is when your energy is constantly scanning the room looking for validation and reassurance. Asking people, do I look okay? Are people staring? Is this too much? Is this too less? Am I underdressed? Am I overdressed? It doesn't matter. That's what's gonna break your look, because the most confident people in the room already walk in deciding that they look put together. They walk in deciding that they belong and they don't need to be validated. They look put together according to themselves. They pre-approve themselves. So here's your glow up rule. When you walk into a space, anchor your energy inwards, not outwards. Tell yourself that I chose this look today. I like how I feel, and that is enough. And it doesn't matter if everyone else is more overdressed or underdressed than you, whether you put on a sleek bun, hoops, hoodie, clear skin, and confidence that shows when you don't flinch. When you're not second guessing or adjusting yourself based on how others are dressed or how others respond, that is when you look the most put together. Put together isn't about perfection, it's about presence. So walk in like you're the calm in the room and people will believe it. And remember, looking put together isn't about being perfect all the time. It's about having your own little rituals that you have fun with. It's like a form of self-care. The small habits that make you feel grounded, polished, and like you've got your own back. So let me know down in the comments which one of these you're going to be trying, which one you haven't heard before, and if you have any new tip, let us know down as well. We would love to know. Drop it down and let's have a conversation below. So if you haven't watched part 1 yet, I'll link that right here. Definitely check that out, because these two together are basically your put together playbook. And if you like this video, subscribe so you don't miss a next glow up moment, and send it to a friend who always asks how you look put together all the time. You can send her the link now. I love you and you're doing amazing. Keep showing up as your highest self, and I'll see you in the next one.